students, today we're looking at our explicit thinking skill, which is compare for 11 General English. We're learning today to develop an understanding of the skill compare. What I'm looking for is completion of all activities and submission to Moodle, and we're doing this because you're required to compare alternate viewpoints and opinions to construct your vlog assessment task. If you don't already have open the handout, you need to pause the video here and go and open your handout, which looks like this. Okay, so this is the worksheet that you're going to be working through, which matches the activities that I'm going to speak you through. It's also where you'll do your independent construction at the end. Last task, exit ticket, as always, is your own definition of what the skill means. You'll notice that we've got our modelled example here, which we're going to work our way through. Modelled example here continues, and then your task that you need to do here. Also within the handout, you've got your graphic organizer that you need to complete, and this is where you'll write your paragraph at the end. And lastly, you've got your Blue Book handout, which has your sentence starters and your connectives, which will assist you in the skill of comparing. So let's have a look at an example together. So by definition, it means display recognition of similarities and differences and recognize the significance of these similarities and differences. If we were just contrasting, you're simply looking at differences, but with compare, you're looking at both similarities and differences. Here's our Freya model. So let's have a look at the facts and characteristics of this skill. As I said, similarities and differences, it's where we're going to differentiate or distinguish between different things. We build relationships and connections between stimulus and ideas as well. So some examples include find the difference between two different things, or what do X and Y have in common? What do oranges and apples have in common? Or identify the relationship between two interpretations of the text. Non-examples, so things that it's not just analysing two texts or ideas and only talking about one of them. So it's important that within this, you do talk about both the similarities and the differences. And as we said, it's not just identifying similarities between, you've got to do both. Two parts to this. So, modelled example. If we have a look at the skill, the two poems here, we've got your task is to read the following two poems and compare how sound has been used to impact mood and meaning. So there's a bit of information about sound up here. So the sound of a text can directly alter its meaning, particularly through its influence on mood. For example, harsh, jarring syllables can be used to create a tense mood, whereas smooth sounds can be used to create a peaceful atmosphere. So if we have a look at the two poems, so poem 1, sunlight streams in slow swirls, down walls and over floors, mixed with moments, making marmalade of memory. Number 2, cracking and smacking, the trees crashes down, thunder and rumble and dust break around, screaming and screeching, the birds take their flight, popping and crackling, the branches alight. So here's our graphic organizer, our compare and contrast organizer that we're going to use today. So you're going to fill in text 1, text 2. This is being done obviously as it's a modelled example. So poem 1, poem 2. How are they alike? There's similarities. They're both poems of 4 lines. They both use imagery to create meaning. They both use sounds. How are they different though? So the sounds that they use, poem 2 uses onomatopoeia, cracking and smacking, and there are plenty of other examples in there as well. Poem 1, however, uses alliteration to create sounds, so sunlight streams. Also, poem 2 uses rhyme as well as a significant difference. So we've got our summary here. Poem 1 uses soft sounds to create a peaceful mood. Poem 2 uses harsh sounds to emphasize the chaotic mood of the text. Now we need to construct our conclusions or interpretations. So here you'll notice that I've used sentence starters and connectives from your Blue Book handout, which I've identified on the next slide. So we're going to go there to read it. It's just a bit easier. So obvious differences exist between poem 1 and poem 2, particularly how sound was used to create diverse meanings. The first poem uses alliteration to give a smoother flow to the words, matching the peaceful and reflective mood of the text. In contrast, the second poem uses many harsh consonants in its onomatopoeias, such as cracking, smashing, and screeching, to emphasize the tense and chaotic events being described. Consequently, when poem 1 is compared with poem 2, it's clear that sounds in text can create varying moods and meanings. Here we've got our modeled example where we've incorporated our sentence starters and connectives. We've identified both the similarities and differences, so therefore we have successfully compared those two texts. You're going to have a go now at doing that yourself. So this week we've had a look at a number of different identities within English, and you're going to complete the graphic organizer, which is on your handout, to compare and contrast two identities and their role in making social change. So you can choose from Bill and Melinda Gates, Jamie Dimon, Warren Buffett, okay, etc., or you can negotiate an alternate person with your classroom teacher. You need to use your organizer once you've compared and contrast them to write a teal paragraph exploring the role of different people in making a difference. You're going to use the sentence starters and the connectives to assist you in constructing your comparison. Remember, the last thing that you need to do after you've done that is to go back to your Freya model, okay, which is on the first page here of your handout, and construct your own definition. You need to save this Adobe file here with your name in the file path and upload back to Moodle to show evidence of your work. Any questions, make sure that you email your teacher. It's important that we're doing this, as we said, because you're gathering evidence in regards to constructing your vlog later in the term. Good luck.